Hello everybody, I'm glad you come back down to the shop today. I'm always glad to see you. Had a few comments about being in the shop all the time. Well, I'm still getting over my rotator cuff surgery. I had surgery back in the end of November and still got about another month or so before I can get out and get going. You know where I'm comfortable about being in the boat and everything. So that's the main reason I'm staying in the shop, but I guarantee you, as soon as I can get in the boat, we're going to do some stuff from out on the lake and show you a few techniques with that. I had some comments on one of my other videos that I've done. Maybe some of y'all seen it, about the tournament fishing, how much it costs, and expenses. And I had a couple talking about the bass boats being so high. And that is a consideration about the expenses. Well, I had to run by the bank this morning, do a little bit of banking, and did some depositing and drawed out a little money for the weekend. But anyway, I got to talking to my friend down there that I growed up with. He's a little younger than us. He watches the channel. Hey, so he knows who I'm talking about. I'm not going to mention his name. But he and I got to talking. He cornered me out there. He said, "Hey, ain't it about time for you to buy you a new bass boat?" I said, "Boy, you know better than that to ask me that question." He just laughed. And I actually went in and sat down. I'm going to read some information that he and I talked about on some of these bass boats. Now, some of the comments about the bass boats and how high they are and everything like that. And I'm just going to read you some information that he passed along to me that might could help you as far as determine whether or not you want a bass boat and how much you want to give for it. So here we go. This is the first bit of information he gave me, and I'm just going to read it verbatim. Okay, I'm not making this up. But this is the first bit of information that he passed along to me. The average price of a new bass boat is approximately $50,000. Typical bass boat loans average from $25,000 to $80,000. For well-qualified buyers, interest rates average around 4 to 6%. Monthly payments fall between $400 and $800 on a 10-year loan for that amount. Keep in mind that these figures are very based on individual circumstances, credit history, and the specific terms of the loan. So yourself is gonna dictate, good credit, bad credit, whatever. But that's the average right there. And I told him, I said, well, that cuts me out because first of all, I'm not buying a new bass boat. So anyway, we got a little bit more talking, and we were talking about the fact that $50,000 in a bass boat is just nothing. I mean, basic nothing nowadays. And so we run it on up a little higher. Just for grins and giggles, got to figuring it out. You go to a boat show or anything like that, you're going to see bass boats in the neighborhood of anywhere from $80,000 to $100,000. Okay, that's the facts. And when you see one from that, they might have a little bit better upgraded electronics on them, maybe power poles, whatever. But this is what the information is that we got for an $80,000 boat. And that's pretty much what people are running now. If you finance the entire amount, your loan will be for $80,000. That's nothing down, just, hey, this is what I want, okay? The loan term depends on how long you're going to be making those payments, of course. Boat loans typically offer terms ranging from 1 year to 7 years up to 10 years, okay? Let's use 10 years for a base, okay? You're going to do this for 10 years. And let's say your interest rate for your credit history and all the specifics about you alone is at 8%. Okay? $80,000 loan, 10 years, 120 months, and you look at a lot of these boat ads, that's what they're going to say is for 120 months. Interest rate at 8%. Using the boat loan calculator, estimated monthly payment for an 80,000 boat would be approximately $607, assuming no down payment, no nothing, okay? That's just assuming that. So let's take this up one more step. Okay, now he and I, we're sitting there giggling at this because, I mean, he's in the business of loaning money and he does it every day, but he's realistic at the same time. There has been people come in and want a $100,000 bass boat. Happens every day. All right, let's figure $100,000 bass boat. We're talking top of the line electronics, power poles, custom trailer, maybe even a custom paint job, detail, whatever you're ordering on that boat. And let's just say I need $100,000 to buy it. Okay, now let's go back to that same 8% that you were paying. We're using the same guy, same credit history, same everything about this particular person that we were going to do 80,000. Well, he got a wild hair. Now he's decided 80,000 just ain't going to cut it. I think I'll get me a $100,000 bass boat. Okay. So now, and this is coming from the calculator, okay? Let's calculate the interest and the estimate at a $100,000 bass boat. 10-year term, 120 months, interest rate at the same 8%. $100,000 bass boat with these assumptions would be approximately, hold on to your hat, $1,212 a month, assuming no down payment. Okay, now of course, with a down payment, you can cut that down some, but it's not going to be a lot. So you're still looking at about $1,000 a month. And a lot of these bass boats you see run up and down the road, these newer ones, that's what they're going to run you. If you've got everything on them, 3 graphs up front, 2 graphs on the console, everything that you can put on them. Okay. Now, assuming that, what are you going to pull it with? You're going to pull that $100,000 boat with your 1978 Chevrolet Silverado? I don't think so. Let's look at that. Okay, we got this brand new bass boat. Man, that thing's looking so good. I can't be pulling that down the road with no 1978 Chevrolet truck. So I'm gonna go down yonder to the GMC dealer and I'm gonna buy me a new truck. Let's just say you do that. We'll go down there and just for grins and giggles, look at a $60,000 truck. Happens every day. You see them running up and down the road every day. We're still using that 8% because you got the same credit. Everything's the same about you. So we're going to use that same 8% because that's what they've determined that's going to be your percentage rate. And let's take that truck out. Golly, let's take it as far as we can go to get that payment down a little lower. We don't want to pay it off too soon. And the lower the years on it, the more I'm going to be paying months. So let's take it to 5 years. Okay, let's look at this here. 8% interest rate, 5 years on a $60,000 truck, new Duramax, if you could get one for that, $60,000, 8% over 5 years, no down payment again, $1,219. And over the course of that 5 years, you're paying $11,284 interest. Woo, Lord have mercy. So now I've got what we say over there on that other while ago, about 1,200, at least $1,100 plus. Let's just say and make it even $1,000. Now we got $2,219 a month just on my truck and boat alone. Not a drop of gas in it, not a lick of insurance on it, nothing. That's just it, sitting out in my driveway. As you can see, when somebody says something about $100,000 bass boat, if you're not paying attention and you're really not getting down to the nitty gritty about what that boat and everything's going to cost you, I don't see how it's sustainable. I really don't, because most everybody's got a house note. Maybe your wife's got a car note. Maybe not. All your other home expenses you've got to go with that. Though all those things are to be considered. So, just one more thing in the realm of how much it costs to fish. Now, of course, you don't have to have a brand new boat. You don't have to have everything on it. You can go find a used boat, maybe 5-6 years old. Would be just fine. Nothing wrong with that. And just as soon as you pull that new truck and new boat off the lot, there they go. Depreciation right then. So I just thought you didn't like to see this as of what it really cost, and that's coming from a friend of mine that's a banker that, hey, he loaned me some money and got that paid back so I could go in there anytime and tell him what I want, shake hands, and we're probably good to go. So anyway, I just wanted to show y'all and share that with you. Maybe you can take this knowledge and go with it whichever way you want to go. But if you can afford such as that, I am happy for you. Glad for you. Hope you enjoy it. Have fun. But for the average American person right now, economies come and economies go. So if you're going to do that, you better be ready to hang on for dear life. Y'all subscribe to the channel. We'll get back into something else. I started not even make this video, but I did. Because I thought y'all might like to see that, just to see what it costs. So have a good one, and come on back down to shop, and we'll talk again about who knows what. Who knows what we'll talk about. So y'all have a good one, and come on back and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that so much.